Alright there everybody. I used to write quite a lot of film reviews, including a few for my university's magazine and newspaper. But I've barely seen a film in the last 6 months. I haven't even really been into the cinema, I don't think, let alone reviewed a film. So anyway, today I saw I Am Legend, the new Will Smith film, and I wrote a review even about it. And I'm so happy that I've written a review and been in the cinema again. I'm going to read my review out for ya. I Am Legend. So, Will Smith's latest film is called I Am Legend. No, it's not the sequel to Ali, but with Smith dolled up as Muhammad Ali's boxing legend daughter Layla, because that would be stupid. No, it's the latest post-apocalypse film in a 28 Days Later style. Indeed, style probably isn't the right word to use. It's almost exactly like 28 Days Later, but set in the capital of America, New York. Basically, a virus gets loose, sound familiar, kills half the world, yep, and turns the rest into mindless savage zombies, deja vu, and almost no one survives. Cue eerie midday shot of a deserted New York. Actually, the film ain't half bad. Will Smith is a seriously underrated actor. Yeah, sure, his films are big box office draws, but ask anyone to name the top 3 great male film actors of the day, and it's likely Will Smith won't be on their list. Popular, but not critically acclaimed. Which is a shame. From Wild Wild West, to Men in Black, to I, Robot, to Ali, to The Pursuit of Happiness, to Independence Day. Okay, scratch that last one. Will Smith is every inch the man. And for all the ladies out there, and all the repressed homosexuals, there is a fantastic topless scene where sweaty Will Smith does some dirty exercises. Oh yeah. Now let's talk real terms. The visuals are truly stunning, even if we've kinda seen it before. The overgrown, deserted New York is genuinely believable and evocative. I mean, it's been 3 years since the virus, so we wouldn't expect to see a Tyrannosaurus, or elephants running wild. And thank God we don't. One of the greatest compliments I could pay this film is, despite basically being an action film of sorts, it does not resort to over-the-top cheesiness to get the blood pumping. The characterisation is spot on. You care for the characters, particularly Smith's. There were times when I realised I was cringing, flinching and biting my lip for the characters. That doesn't happen too often in a cinema these days. The film has the perfect balance of elements. Just the right amount of action, just the right amount of suspense, just the right amount of shocks, just the right amount of horror, just the right amount of humour. And, unlike some recent-ish post-apocalyptic films, chew the day after tomorrow, bless me, I Am Legend absolutely does not drip sickly treacle American blockbuster sentimentality. Chew War of the Worlds, bless me again. Despite inevitable comparisons, this film really is no rip-off. Somehow, in spite of a very similar plot, I Am Legend is every bit its own. It is definitely not a poor man's 28 Days Later. That honour, ironically, goes to 28 weeks later. I give it 8.5 out of 10. I gave 28 Days Later 9.5 out of 10. So why isn't I Am Legend quite as good as 28 Days Later? 2 reasons. 1, it lacks the psychological terror of the enemy within element, and 2, it isn't set in London.